Take me to Snurch and I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your snails. I'll give you my life. You can give me some snails.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, it is too early. Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
I'm Saige Ryan.
And we're right on time, baby.
Right on time.
Baby, we are right on time.
If you think it's not, it's because we're using new time.
We're on that new time. We're new types, and we're on that new time.
So,
just
that's up to you.
It's exactly 8 a.m. here on the dot. So put a little arrow next to yourself in chat and let us know exactly what time it is where you are.
It should be. It should be. There we go. 8 a.m. on the dot. Fabulous. I'm glad you've joined us on new time. It's good to see you, everybody.
Yeah, it's a good morning, little BBs.
Hi, good morning. We have news.
We have
to
so
talk
much
about.
new for you.
I'm never gonna live down the fact that we have new in the announcement.
We have new for you.
It's new time.
It's new time, and we got new. Hey,
What do we have that's new?
should I disable my ad block for PC Gamer?
I would say probably not.
All right. Well, do we want me to get the best of PC Gamer in my inbox?
I don't think I do.
That's the 1-2 punch this morning. They're on it.
They want it all.
Run that intro.
You know what?
It's time for the show. It's new time.
New time, new intro.
We have a bunch of new footage for new time. And that new footage for this new time
You have to stop.
is Deathloop.
I am very excited about this.
The more we see of Deathloop, the more we definitely understand that Deathloop is Dishonored
Yes.
with a James Bond skin,
Yes.
and we're so good with it.
Yeah.
I'm 100% good with it.
It's sexy Dishonored.
Yeah. Whereas Dishonored was like bleak steampunky alt history. This is like sexy mod spy arcane. But like the actual gameplay loops of the Deathloop are very, very familiar to anybody who's played Dishonored. It's very sneaky, very stabby, very blinky, teleporty. It's all the things.
This looks very, very fun. I am extremely excited about it. Maybe this is the game that I finally play my PlayStation for.
Saige Ryan has a PlayStation
5.
The fifth one. The one that everybody's like, I gotta get me that PlayStation 5. She's had it since the holidays. It sits in a box in her living room.
I've been so busy.
Sits in a box in her living room.
Oh, I have been so busy.
No time for even one game.
No time for even one game.
No?
No.
Never a game?
Look, here's the thing. I mostly play games when I stream these days because that's how I set aside time for myself to game.
Yeah.
That's why I started streaming. Oh, I have to game. It is stream.
3 streams a week. You don't have time to hook up that PS5?
So what I'm saying is,
What are you saying?
I don't play it on stream because it's so big to bring in here. It's so fucking big. I don't have any room for it on my desk. Where would I put it in this room?
That's true.
It's a fucking behemoth.
That's true. It's a large boy.
It is.
It's a large son of a console.
I'll get to
Deathloop
it.
looks very good.
I'll get to it.
We're ready for Deathloop.
We're very ready for Deathloop. It's very exciting.
We do know now that the release date is May 21st. Very, very, very exciting. One thing that they are not showing too much of is sort of actually one of the big hooks of the game, which is the asymmetrical multiplayer.
Yeah.
Wherein your rival is played by other Deathloop players.
I am intrigued to see more of that, and I'm curious why they aren't showing us more. I wonder if it's been the way that people have attached to the actual combat, and maybe they're just showing more of what people are kind of hyping about.
Yeah, I think the first few trailers were so stylistic that maybe they just felt like, oh, we've definitely got to get some more solid gameplay loops out there so people know what this game is about, as opposed to just that. The Deathloop song they released. Lana Del Rey. That's what I was thinking of. It sounded like Lana Del Rey doing a James Bond theme.
Yes, but good.
And so it's been a lot of stylized, like musical, very interesting cinematic stuff. And I bet they were just like, let's just get 5 minutes of gameplay out here. Let's just do it.
And it worked.
I
enjoyed all 5 minutes. But I do want to see more because I'm a big sucker for a multiplayer. I love a multiplayer.
And it's exactly the kind of multiplayer that I can get down with because you can choose to pop into somebody else's game. Yeah. I do wonder if it's sort of like I don't know if you remember, but at one point, the U.S. Army made a shooter. It was called America's Army.
That happened, yes.
And they really wanted people to get into America's Army. And one of the terrible things about America's Army is that you always saw yourself as America's Army and the other team as some unnamed Middle Eastern terrorists.
Oh, no.
It was very bad.
No, thank you.
But I wonder if they're going to try to work it in some way to where you always see yourself as the hero of the game and then another person as the rival, and you just sort of randomly pop into other people's games.
Interesting. Or if you're actually selecting, I am the villain right now.
Yeah.
Like, I am going to choose the role of the bad guy.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work. I kind of like it. I'd like it to be sort of Journey style, where you're just popping into people's games.
Yeah.
And you just like, oh. But instead of like, oh, beep, boop, bop, let's help each other, it's like,
the two kinds of games.
There are two kinds of games. Prove me wrong.
Boop, beep, bop, let's help each
other.
You are a little robot.
Beep, boop, bop. Those are the two games.
Well,
speaking of the second kind of game.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, speaking of the second kind of game.
Okay. Speaking of the second kind of game, GTA Online load times.
Very long.
They are terrible.
They are the main thing that keeps me from playing Grand Theft Auto most of the time. I get bored by the load times.
You can go online. Funhouse used to have streams where they would play GTA Online, and half of the stream would be them trying to load into a server. Really bad. A modder last week figured out created a mod that cuts down on the load times significantly. Great mod.
All we've been asking for the 100 years that they've been asking us to play GTA 5.
No, more shark cards.
GTA 5 has been out for so long, and people have paid for it so many times, and all we want is to be able to get to the game in less than 7 minutes.
That's it. That's it.
And Rockstar's like, but I don't have to, and you will keep playing
All we want out of our next generation games is loading times under 7 minutes.
On the same games that we played in the last generation.
That's all we want. So this modder created this thing, and sometimes you'd expect the company to be like, whoa, that mod messes with things at a system level for the game. We're not okay with that. Shut it down. You could exploit.
Do a Nintendo
to it. Beep, boop, boop. Let's help each other unless you make a fan art. Then Nintendo pretends to be number one, but is number two. That's what's going on there. But no, Rockstar looked at it and said, yeah, this works. This is legit.
Good idea.
Yeah, you fixed it. We
Thank
checked
you.
it out. It's good. Here's $10,000. Thank you for your code.
Everybody wins. I don't understand. I mean, we hear things about companies doing this every great once in a while where somebody that found, a vulnerability in something are able to be rewarded or hired by doing so. But a lot of the time, companies are just like, oh no, bury them in a lawsuit. Absolutely not. So, okay, Rockstar.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, considering that most modders just make mods to make mods.
Yeah.
The fact that they looked in and they said, this is good.
Have a money.
Have a money for it.
We have monies.
Have some money. We'll pay you in shark cards. Everybody have a shark card.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't actually 10,000 US dollars. It was shark cards.
It was shark cards, but now they have a sick hover bike or whatever it is people have in GTA 5. I don't play GTA 5.
I don't actively play. I've played a lot of it, of both regular GTA and GTA Online. We've talked about my issues with GTA Online. As soon as I go on, it's just like, oh, somebody has entirely broken the server and I just got crushed by a stack of buses on top of each other. Okay.
It's funny, but it's not funny enough to deal with those load times. Maybe it's funny enough now that I can go on to the GTA Online server and I'm like, yeah, somebody turned everybody into bugs. And we're all bugs now, and then the server crashed. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, that's
as long
funny.
as like there's not 7 minutes of loading afterwards.
Right, if it didn't take you 7 minutes to find out you're a bug. Because, like, here's the thing. You don't know what you're going to get.
I'm gonna find out I'm a bug instantly if I'm a bug. I'm gonna know.
I mean, not before the load time.
That's true.
You're going to spend the 7 minutes loading in, and you might not even be a bug.
Gregor Hamza woke up one day to wait to see if he was a giant bug.
GTA 5 is still, for some reason, very, very,
That's
very
classic
popular.
literature. Read a book.
Are y'all still playing? Is anybody still playing? Is anyone still into that?
Do you, wasn't it you that told me this story about a guy who was RPing like a bodega owner in Grand Theft Auto for like years, and like
We talked about it on the show at some point.
didn't you and I talk about that on the show?
Yeah.
Isn't that something we covered on the show? Wouldn't the
Yeah, and he
audience
retired.
remember that we talked about it on a show? I've been up for a while.
That's great. Other things we talk about on the show are Dungeons and Dragons a lot. I got those smooth transitions.
Baby, it's
I've been
transition
trying to get there
day.
so hard. I've been trying so hard to get there, and I'm not doing well.
Oh, you're doing it.
Dungeons and Dragons Dark
Damn,
Alliance.
she did it, they said.
Dungeons and
Woo!
Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance is coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, S1, and PC on June 22nd. That's soon.
That's very soon.
That's very soon. I'm very excited about this.
I have to say, I figured that it would be coming pretty soon when when we reported on that story where all the saves got reset. Saves getting reset.
Baldur's Gate.
Oh, that was Baldur's Gate.
That was Baldur's Gate.
That was Baldur's Gate.
So that's what's so interesting about this.
Wait, that was Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with Dark Alliance?
So Dark Alliance is new. Dark Alliance is coming out.
What?
Yeah. So originally, they began making this game, the people at Tuck Games, and then they approached Wizards of the Coast to be like, hey, we love Dungeons & Dragons, and we made a Dungeons & Dragons game. Can it be an official Dungeons & Dragons game?
Ooh.
This is one of the things that was announced in that big Hasbro.
Right.
So I'm surprised to see it coming out so quickly. But the other thing that I find so interesting is, like, for me always, I've gotten that, like, fix of D&D games by Baldur's Gate. So given that Baldur's Gate is not complete yet, I wonder how much this is going to take the wind out of its sails, you know?
I think... Ooh, calm down.
Yeah. Yes. Enjoy that IGN video player.
What is it? Okay, calm down. Now we're there. So this is obviously a little bit of cinematic here. The IGN has some gameplay impressions. Mm-hmm. Great. Oh, okay. No, this already looks different enough from Baldur's Gate.
It's very different. I don't think that it's a similar game, but what I was saying is the reason that a lot of us play Baldur's Gate is to get the feeling of Dungeons and Dragons and to get that, like, cure that fix of, like, ooh, D&D video game.
Yeah.
I do think even though it is very different in gameplay, I do wonder that it might take a little bit of the wind out of the sails of Baldur's Gate.
Maybe, but I think it is because it's two clearly different kinds of genre and two different kinds of game. Mm-hmm. I don't know that it will. I think what you're gonna do is you're gonna wind up the people who are very into Baldur's Gate. Like, I'm not gonna buy Baldur's Gate, but I'd buy this. This is way more up my alley. And so I don't think you'll be cannibalizing your audience so much as you'll be getting
Hitting
another audience that's like, because there are some people like. I enjoy playing D&D tabletop, but then once you get into like
lore and
sort
whatnot.
of top down, like clicky RPG games.
Okay, yeah.
It's not really for me. Once you get into that, I want something like a little more actiony. I want those good gameplay loops like the Deathloop has.
Okay, yeah. I on the other hand would play both of these.
Yeah.
I enjoy both of these game styles, and I'm like, I'm not gonna play 2 D&D games at the same time, probably.
You're not even
Maybe I
gonna play
will.
one game. You're not even gonna take your PlayStation out of the box.
You know what? Get bent. Shut up.
No, this looks very interesting.
How much are you playing your PlayStation, Anthony?
It gives me so much. It gives me Mordor vibes.
I can see that.
And that's what I love. I
Yeah,
love that
that's
Mordor
fun.
game. Tony Hawk with orcs, that was a good game. That second Mordor, not so great.
So you can now pre-order it for $39.99 or a deluxe version for $59.99. Still probably don't pre-order games. We're still against pre-ordering.
We don't really pre-order games. We don't believe in that. Games are not precious metals.
Right.
We are not running out of games.
No.
Don't worry. Games aren't helium.
The
we're running out of
deluxe-
helium. Did you know we're running out
I
of
did
helium?
know that we're running out of helium.
We're running out of helium. It's a big deal.
The deluxe edition includes an upcoming expansion, Echoes of the Blood War, and the Lich weapon set.
I love a lich.
Yeah, me too.
I really love a lich.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it, and I'm probably gonna buy the deluxe edition for whatever that fancy Lich weapon set is in the expansion.
Yeah, because that's also your vibe too. Lich weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Spooky old weapons from a spooky old deadman.
Hello, it's me, a spooky old deadman.
We talked a lot about the Xbox Game Pass. I've been up for a while.
Uh-huh.
Xbox Game Pass. Dorito.
Dorito.
Dorito. Xbox Game Pass. And obviously a big announcement of the Game Pass was all of these good Bethesda games
So many.
that were coming, and they were getting updates. They're getting the FPS boost. Very big deal. But Wave 2, they called this Wave 2 announcement of Xbox Game Pass games.
Already.
And Spooky Deadman Esquire. Oh my goodness. You get his weapons for pre-ordering the game. We have a deal with Spooky Deadmans where every time we mention them, we get it's a product tie-in. It's called a brand integration. Look it up. They're getting a game on the Game Pass that has previously been exclusive to the Switch. This is thought of as a Switch game. It's the Octopath Traveler.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Which I didn't buy Octopath Traveler for Switch.
Now you don't have to buy it at all if you don't want to.
Yeah,
if you've
right?
got Game Pass.
I'm we've talked about this. As soon as we actually get an Xbox, we'll both be getting
Look,
Game
as soon
Pass
as
when
I
we
get an
both get an
Xbox.
Xbox.
Listen, as soon as Saige gets an Xbox, she'll take her PlayStation out of the box, and then
How
when
much
the
you-
Switch Pro comes out, she'll take her Xbox out
How
of the
much are you
box.
playing your PS5, Anthony?
So much. So, in addition, coming to Game Pass, Undertale. Undertale, I feel like, is on a few things already. Everybody's played Undertale at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
But if you haven't, play Undertale. It's on Game Pass. Outriders, which people love a lot. And then Yakuza 6 coming to Game Pass.
I've never played a Yakuza, but I've watched a lot of people play Yakuza. I enjoy watching people play it.
That's that new.
Yeah.
And it's coming to Game Pass.
Straight to Game Pass. There really is. They are making a big step here and a big stride towards something like Game Pass being the future as opposed to buying individual games. Like that's a big jump, and I am curious to see if everyone else will get on board.
Here's the thing. It's gonna work. This is the tricky thing. It's gonna work because they are paying these studios an obscene amount of money right now, and we sort of watched this with we've watched this with a lot of platforms. Most recently, we saw it with Apple Arcade. The trick with this is once they get everybody on board for 1 or 2 titles, and then they get the audience used to paying for Game Pass, then those giant deals for those developers start going away because it starts becoming expected that your game will be on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And then what happens is as that budget goes down, budgets get tighter, and it becomes sort of a race to the bottom with your quality of game that's on the service. And so that's the thing that Xbox has to really manage with this.
I feel like a lot of people said that about Netflix and things like that too, but I mean...
Well, Netflix has changed, right? Like, that's the big thing is like Netflix's deal used to be every Hollywood movie you want to rent or watch available at any time. That's no longer their deal. They had to change that. They had to make
things in-house, and that's part of why Microsoft is acquiring game studios. We shall see.
Yeah, I think you're going to get to a point where Game Pass is going to be Bethesda games, Halos, and then Forzas, and then whatever indie titles they can get on there. Right now, I think this is going to be the golden age of Game Pass. Get on Game Pass for the next couple years and really enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know?
Right.
But be ready, because they're going to start ratcheting up the prices, and the content's going to get a little less prestige as time goes on.
Anthony, Octopath Traveler moving to Xbox is a big deal.
It's a big deal. You got those voxels. You got those pixels.
Mm-hmm. But a bigger deal is the game that everyone's been waiting for, Super Bomberman R, is finally getting out of Stadia jail.
It's been in Stadia jail for so long. Now, I, of course, own 2 Stadias.
Of course. So you can play 2 Super Bomberman Rs.
I can play it against myself.
Well, that's because there's no one online. You would have to.
I have to. Otherwise, it's all bots. It's me on 2 controllers using 2 Chromecast that don't work. On 2 monitors.
Hi, Patrick. Hi,
hey,
Patrick. Good to see you.
What's up, buddy?
Hi. Thank you for stopping in. Look, nobody has played Super Bomberman R. Nobody has played it. Not even Anthony, the only person on the planet who owns 2 Google Stadias.
Look, they sent me one for free.
Yeah, but the problem is you bought one first.
I did. It came with a Google Home that isn't plugged in and a Google Chromecast that I put outside of my apartment with a box of stuff I was giving away because I couldn't get it to work with anything. I tried for a whole day. I'm not technically disinclined. It wasn't working with any of my shit. I love Bomberman, and Super Bomberman R Online is a very good version of Bomberman, according to reports. Mm-hmm. But nobody's gotten to play it.
Yeah.
Now, we all get to play Super. But this is also, we're seeing a lot of this. We're seeing a lot of games that had Stadia deals or were Stadia exclusive or whatever.
Play our game.
That are just like, okay, this failed. This went badly.
Yeah, there has been a good amount of that. And I mean, I think we all know that Stadia is slowly going away. They've closed their in-house game studio. So that's why they're freeing these games.
It's good tech. Like, it's crazy that they just pulled out of backing this incredibly good tech. Mm-hmm. We've gone over this 100 times. I don't need to go over it again. It's just crazy. I was playing Samurai Showdown 5. I was playing a fighting game, and it felt very good to play on this online streaming game service. I was like, how is this working? This is black magic. And then they were like, yes, we have found the secrets of the universe, and now we don't want to do them.
Like, what came first? We don't want to do them, or people refusing to play them? They were like, please look at our secrets of the universe. And everyone was like, nah, sounds weird. I don't want to.
It's very strange because, like, they came out of the gate and they were like, everybody expected this to be like Game Pass.
Yeah.
Or like Netflix or something like that. But then they were like, why don't you pay full price to not own anything? Oh, okay.
That feels weird, Google.
On an infinite timeline, we'll get there. We'll get suckered into it.
Yeah.
Believe you me. I've seen what we've done to our own consumer rights over the last 10 years, and I'm not worried.
Sure, and we're paying $30 to rent movies right now because we're not going to theaters.
We'll get there. But hey, we ain't there yet.
We ain't there quite yet. But in a good thing to come out of Stadia kind of falling apart, Jade Raymond, who just recently split off of the Stadia team when they closed their doors on the in-house studio, has moved to a new project. It looks like Jade is launching a new indie studio with the backing of Sony, which I'm very intrigued by. Co-founded a Montreal-based indie studio called Haven, which is already hard at work on an unannounced IP coming soon.
Jade Raymond, of course, a veteran of Ubisoft before she moved over to Stadia. She oversaw a lot of big games, and this is a very, very exciting thing. We've talked a lot about Sony's portfolio team and Sony's game investments, and they're very smart about it. They're very smart about it. So I'm excited for big things to come out of that studio.
When asked about some of the experiences of her career, she said, "I've been part of things that are more successful than I could have ever imagined, and others less so."
Wow.
I think that's very funny.
Wow. You go see Jade Raymond on open mic night, and she's singing about a breakup. Stadia's in the audience, like, is that song about me? That song's not about me, is it?
100%.
That's not about me.
And everyone in the crowd's just like...
Everybody in the crowd's just like looking at Stadia like, whoa, Stadia, you fucked up.
I love it. So as I took stock of my career over the last few years and started to think about what to do next, I came to the very simple conclusion: I need to get back to what I love doing most and do so in a way that gives our team the freedom to explore, inspire, and create.
I'd like to make a game, please.
That's exactly what she said.
I'd like to spend 2 years making a game instead of doing nothing.
I would
please.
like to get back to actually making games next.
That'd be great. Very excited for Haven.
Yeah.
Very excited for Jade. This will be good. Speaking of Google stuff, this has nothing to do with Stadia, which is shocking because...
Most Google news should probably be about Stadia.
Yeah, there's so much Stadia going on. But the Google Play Store is going to cut their... That was such a visceral reaction to Google Play Store.
I'm so mad about this. No.
Google Play Store is going to cut 15% off of their share of a developer's first $1 million in annual revenue.
For context, they currently give developers 30% of the revenue of whatever they create for the Google Play Store up to their first $1 million, and then that term is renegotiated. They're cutting that in half.
No, but they're cutting it in half in favor of the developer. Google for the first $1 million you make, instead of taking their 30%, Google's only going to take 15%.
Oh, I thought they were cutting it down to 15%.
No, I can understand why you would think that, because Google's the devil. The Google is the devil. But this is a good thing. They are actually, if you are putting your app on the Google Play Store, for the first $1 million you make, instead of taking their standard 30%, which is what Apple takes too,
Jesus Christ,
to be listed in the Apple Store.
Okay, I completely misread that.
You are going to get, they're only going to take 15%. And I think this has a lot to do with the number of sort of prestige, higher end mobile apps that are going more and more iOS only. You see a lot of, especially with creative apps.
Yeah.
You see a lot of them just going iOS only.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are complaining about that. They're like, "What's going on?" And a lot of these mobile developers are like, "I don't have the money to do both."
Right.
And I can't have all of this stuff taken out of 2 versions and then double my support costs, or sometimes quadruple your support costs, because supporting Android takes a little bit more than supporting iOS because there are more different hardware versions, etc. So Google's like, hey, what if you just we give you a little more money? Will you come over now?
Will you make something for me, please?
Can I have?
Could I have an app?
Could we have Procreate? Could we have some very good music apps too?
Could we maybe have an app?
Could we have something like LumaFusion? Could we have a very good video editor, please? Please?
That'd be cool.
It could run on a Chromebook, and then it would be just like editing video, please. Remember Chromebooks?
No.
You hook a Chromecast to your Chromebook and then you load up Stadia? No?
No, probably not.
All right.
In other companies that I truly believe have to be the devil, Roblox is now worth more than Ubisoft and Take-Two combined, and that is so funny. Wow.
Roblox is more valuable than
Mm-hmm.
everything Ubisoft and Take-Two do. Put together. Discuss. Discuss.
Wow, right?
I feel like we were this shocked 10, 15 years ago when it came to Minecraft.
Yeah, right.
Microsoft bought Minecraft for $2.5 billion back in the day, and everybody was like, "A Minecraft?
Yeah.
Worth more than all of these very good video games?"
I don't even know what Roblox are. Is that because I am old?
Yes.
We shouldn't, probably. That's okay.
You're not a
Roblox-
child, and you're not on a watch list, so you don't know what Roblox is.
Roblox is someone looked at Minecraft and sandbox games and said, what if even more for children? And now I don't want to be one of those people that hates on games that are made for children. That's great. Kids should have things that are made for them.
Yeah.
I am an adult. It is not for me. I'm not going to shit on Roblox as a concept.
Yeah.
But the problem is Roblox is absolutely infested with in-game transactions. And it has become, for children, as someone who has an 8-year-old niece that's very into Roblox, it has become this social status thing of well, she had this cool hair that you can only get with real money.
Yeah.
And all of these in-game cosmetics, access to certain worlds. It's intense. There's a lot of in-game money needed to be cool in this game.
And that's one of the things we talked about when this IPO happened last week is that Robux are it's a very robust economy.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
I've been up for a while. Now, the economy of Roblox is such that it is a very good game development platform and an easy game development platform.
And actually pretty good to some of their development creators. People are actually making a ton of money developing worlds in Roblox.
Yeah, so the developer share of Robux when somebody buys one of these real money items, I mean, it reminds me a lot of the marketplace that Second Life had going back in its prime and its heyday, where it was there were people that were making their living making one particularly cool pair of boots on Second Life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think that we're seeing that now. A lot of people are doing that for things like VR chat. People are developing these really, really in-depth VR chat worlds. Man, some of the VR chat worlds I've discovered lately, absolutely bananas. Full games within the game that had no game to begin with.
Yeah, and so they're creating different game modes. They're creating entire games within Roblox. So there are arena shooters. There are remakes of other games. There are full-on RPGs. There's so much you can do in Roblox, and a lot of that is by community developers, and so they get a share of it, and it's becoming a huge economy. So it's very unsurprising that Roblox is worth that much money, but it makes me laugh even more about Avengers for some reason. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They couldn't pull off this fucking Avengers game, and Roblox is making $40 billion. Come on.
Yeah.
Make Avengers work.
Impressing investors enough to reach a first-day valuation of $45 billion, which, as of the last valuation of Epic Games, they came in at 17.5 last year.
Whew.
When you compare them to Epic Games, another giant behemoth.
That's a lot of Robux.
Of a company.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a spicy Robux,
That's a
as they
spicy
say.
Robux. Hey.
As they say.
What am I going to do with all of the Robux?
I have had to buy so many Robux gift cards for my niece for holidays.
Hey. Give it a pulpa, all of the Robux.
Yeah, it's definitely full of stolen IP as well. Absolutely. 100%.
I played a lot of stuff online that was full of stolen IP.
Yeah, that's fair.
Going all the way back to the day where I mean, even ROM hacks that put characters into games that aren't supposed to be there, or
Right.
Doom and Quake mods. Stolen IP. Hey, baby, stolen IP is where it's at.
It's like it's a bunch of kids trying to get the same outfit Billie Eilish wears in Roblox, from what I understand.
Yeah,
That's what I've seen of
if
it.
they don't have exactly the right tie-dye hoodie,
Exactly.
are you even playing Roblox? Can you even sit with us in the Roblox cafeteria?
I would think not,
I would
unfortunately. I actually think
think
that's an issue.
Not. We are a business show, so let's continue this business news.
Of course, professional business people.
We are professional business people. We do want to talk about the Activision Blizzard layoffs. This is kind of a big deal. They laid off 2% of their total workforce. That's about 190 employees. Among the cuts were employees at King.com, the maker of Candy Crush. 50 employees that handled esports programming and live events. That makes sense in light of the last year. And a lot of other people. A lot of other people. It was 190 people. Now, in sort of decent news, everybody has been given a minimum of 90 days severance and health benefits for a year, which is huge.
That's actually very good as far as layoffs go.
Especially in the U.S., where normally if you get laid off from a company, you get 2 weeks of health insurance, and then you get something called Cobra, which if you're all not familiar with it, Cobra is like $400 a week to keep your health insurance, and you're not working. It's wild.
Ugh. So at least they're going to keep their health insurance. What else did they get, Anthony?
Well, this is the big one, Saige. In addition to getting 90 days severance and health benefits for a year, they're also given $200 worth of gift cards to BattleNet.
Look, I'm not trying to laugh at these people's pain. Like, that sucks.
It's
It's a good benefits package.
yeah, I want to say that this is on top of a decent benefits, a decent severance package. This is decent, but the fact that they threw in that they gave everybody a $200 BattleNet
Like,
card.
it would be better if you just didn't.
Just don't say that. Just don't say that.
Just why?
Because then the story becomes we fired you and gave you a $200 gift card.
As opposed to the year of health insurance, which is important. Even as it's reducing staff, they have an optimistic outlook for the next year and said that they expect to hire 3,000 people in 2021.
Look, I think it's sort of unavoidable in the American corporate system, in the capitalist society that we have created here in the United States of America. 2020 was bad. 2020 was bad for a lot of places, and a lot of, like, when you talk about it, like, Blizzard itself may be doing okay, but yeah, all right.
Hard to do live events.
Hard to do live events.
Yeah.
More people are playing big games and not mobile games right now. Like Candy Crush is a game that you play when you're waiting in line somewhere. Ain't nobody waiting in line anywhere.
Where are we going?
You ain't waiting in line.
Absolutely not.
If you're waiting in line somewhere, go home.
I haven't played a mobile game in a year. I don't play any mobile games anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not mobile.
I'm not mobile. I don't go anywhere.
Right?
I come here to do a show and then I go home.
I answer most of my text messages from my laptop. This thing's useless. I'm not going anywhere.
I lost my phone case. My phone just wasn't in a case for 2 months.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Never. Can you imagine in the world
Absolutely
before?
not. No.
I was like, my phone's not going. Where am I going to drop it?
Right.
From the couch to the floor? Get
It'll be
wrecked.
fine.
I
Yeah.
have a rug.
I bought at some point during quarantine this like one that has like a wallet on it. Like a little slip your phone in, has a wallet. It's your whole clutch.
What are you clutching? You don't have anything to clutch?
My pearls over the news.
My stars.
And only my pearls. That's it.
I'm gonna skip this last one.
Okay, yeah,
Do you want to skip it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's skip it.
Instead, I want to talk about VTubers' feet.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't, you know what? We had another business story and I was like, give me those feet pics.
Couldn't wait.
Give me those feet pics.
Look, everybody knows a VTuber at this point. VTubers have absolutely blown up in the last year. Code Miko being an incredible example of that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were asking, like, hey, you're usually only shown from here up.
Yeah, somebody was like, do you have feet?
What's up with them feet?
I want to see if VTubers have feet. And the thing is, they're all 3D models, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, most of them do. And so some of them were like, a lot of the big, especially the Japanese VTubers were like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
here's my feet.
Here's my feet. We're not going to get banned on Twitch because they're not human.
They're not human feet, and they're shoed.
And we're in context.
They're shod.
Wait, the next one's my favorite.
So one of them, I love this. This VTuber is just a corgi.
Corgi showed feet.
Corgi show feet.
Oh, look at them paws.
Corgi show pads.
Corgi showing beans.
Corgi show beans. Beans or GTFO. Corgi.
I love it. Show beans.
This one's animated.
A lot of these are not human.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the fun of VTubers, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine if I was going to be a VTuber that I would be a human. That would be...
Now,
I'm stuck being a
there
human
are some
now.
really interesting, like, when you look at HoloLive, which is like the big VTuber network, and you look at their bigger VTubers like Watts and Amelia. So Watts and Amelia is huge. A few million subs on just the English channel for Watts and Amelia, and then of course they have a Japanese channel for her as well. And she's like an adorable anime girl with like a Sherlock Holmes hat and like a and what happens is because of these VTubers, like it's not one person who's Watts and Amelia.
Right.
There's an English voice actor for Amelia. There's a Japanese voice actor for Amelia, and they're actually a couple, so they can do a few.
They are?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, that's so cute. I love it.
No, that's not. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get your hopes up. They're not dating.
Oh.
That's not what I meant.
Oh. I thought they were just gonna be the cutest gay couple on the planet.
No, I'm sorry.
They make VTuber together.
I realized when I saw
now
your face
all I
light
want
up.
is a girlfriend to make a VTuber with.
No, I saw your face light up, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to do this to her. But yeah, no. What I mean is there are a few English voice actors,
are a couple,
and there are a few Japanese voice actors that can play Amelia. And so what happens is Amelia is good at every game, right? Because Amelia has a few different voice actors that are all proficient in different genres.
Wow.
And so Amelia can also, like, she can speak to any product. She can do, like, it's really wild the things that they're doing with VTubers. And I'm so sorry that there aren't two VTubers who are smooching. I mean, there probably are.
But like the idea of just a beautiful gay couple making a VTuber together.
I'm sorry.
Is now all I want in life.
No, I'm sorry, and I wish it was true. But yeah, some like one of these is like a weird what is the name of the? I'm blanking on fashion.
Oh, that's like a Louis Vuitton.
That's
style.
a Louis Vuitton. She's a big Louis Vuitton snake. Some sort of weird Louis Vuitton snake.
There's a clip of Miko down here.
Miko, what do you think? You can't.
Here.
Hers is a little different, yeah.
Miko, what do you think? You can't just.
My feet.
Look, you can show you on Twitch.
Well, it's covered. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a very Miko way of going about it.
Miko is amazing.
Yeah. I was one of her first guests.
That's awesome.
I think I was like the second guest ever on her channel. It was very fun.
She has blown up like crazy. She is not still banned. She's been banned 3 times, I think. Temporarily banned. But she's gotten so big that they can't really get rid of her. And she's also like the rules that she breaks, she doesn't really break them. And I mean, when she does, it's kind of she's sort of pushing the bounds, right? Because she's asking. There's a larger question being asked by Code Miko, which is if we can show this in video games that we're playing on Twitch, why can't Twitch streamers do the same things?
Right.
So she's trying to blur that line by like, okay, well, I am a video game character.
Yeah.
So can I do the things that are allowed in Twitch on video games? Like Miko's streams are full of murder. Like violent murder.
Yeah.
And sexy times.
Yeah.
Because she's like, if we're allowed to show this in games, I'm a game.
Right.
This is not a real person doing this.
Yeah.
Is this cool?
Where's the line?
And Twitch is like, no, but
Right?
but we can't ban you entirely because you're right.
I mean, kinda.
Whereas, you look at the traditional VTuber, especially these HoloLive, the Japanese VTubers, very buttoned down.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do anything that's against TOS, especially because just streaming in Japan is a tough thing to do.
Yeah.
There are no fair use laws in Japan. So every game you stream, you have to have permission from the company. So they've got to be on point all the time.
Absolutely. If they expect to get any kind of approval from a game to play it,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But I'm fascinated by VTubers, and I'm fascinated by augmented reality streams and things like. I'm so into whatever the future's becoming. It's so weird. I'm so ready for it. I'm ready to subscribe to that corgi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give bits to that corgi.
Show beans.
Show beans. What happens when you give that corgi bits, I wonder?
Beans?
Beans for bits.
Beans for bits?
Beans for bits.
Bitty beans?
Bitty beans.
Bean bits.
Bean 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 bean.
Bing,
Bing 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 bing. Bing 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 bing. You remember that? You remember that character? Yeah. That annoying frog or whatever it was called?
Crazy frog.
Crazy frog. Bing 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 bing.
Yep, there's a reason we don't do that anymore.
What was the song that the crazy frog was going to? I know the crazy frog was going bing 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 bing, bing, but there was like some actual song that was playing behind it. Do you remember when everybody had Crazy Frog as their ringtone?
Yes, unfortunately I do.
Crazy Frog would go off in a public place and a bunch of adults would look down at their phones. Like which one of us is getting a phone call?
Which one of us is phone going? Bing,
Wait,
bing, bing,
sorry,
bing, bing,
one of
bing,
us is getting an important business call.
yes, pardon me.
Bing 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 bing.
Sharon.
That's right. It was the Beverly Hills soundtrack, Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack. Boop, 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 bing, 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 bing,
I think you're
bing,
like
bing,
ding,
bing,
ding.
bing.
We get hit for the DMCA for that.
Bing, 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 bing.
Pixel Circus banned for doing Crazy Frog.
Have I been holding my mug wrong the entire time?
Anthony, stop, please.
Clone Wars.
Very good.
Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars.
Even better.
What if I told you Genndy Tartakovsky bing 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 bing.
What if I told you beans?
What if I told you beans? What if I told you that Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars is coming to Disney Plus? Ooh.
That's what I would do.
Listen, both Clone Wars are very good and very different.
I have only seen little clips of this. I have never watched the show. I'm
was
very excited.
You used to have to wait because Cartoon Network would show these they were like 2-3 minute things. And then they finally put them all together into like a 30-minute episode. But you have to watch it in between shows. It was so good.
Yeah, I have only seen tiny bits and pieces on the internet, so I am very excited to binge this. When is it coming to Disney Plus? Do we know when we can have it? Did they give us a date?
April 2nd. So April 2nd is a bunch of new Star Wars stuff coming to Disney Plus. Not only are we getting the Clone Wars, we got those Ewoks movies. We got those Ewoks movies.
I didn't know we were getting the Ewok movies.
We got those Ewoks movies. Wilford Brimley and a witch and Ewoks. Think about that.
I cannot wait to rewatch the Ewok movies.
Teak, baby. Teak is back. Teak is back and better than ever.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Look it up, Anthony. Look it up.
Nope. I won't be chanting with you.
Come on. Come on.
Whoa, what came up when you Googled that?
Let's talk about this perfect boy.
Baby,
Teak
talk about you.
from Battle for Endor. Good Lord. The 80s had a very different idea of what cute was. We hadn't really nailed cute down yet.
Disagree. As someone who has Furbies all over the place.
That's 90s.
I know, but like that's the aesthetic still of not knowing what cute is yet.
But the Furby was a distilled version of this. You know,
Sure.
it has
Yes.
it has the bigger, cuter eyes. It has the bigger, rounder mouth. It's a much smoother, cuter version of a teak. Teak is like comes from the same era as like the Showbiz Pizza Rockafire Explosion.
God, I love Rockafire Explosion Band.
And like HR Puffin stuff. Like people who did not know what cute was. Cute was terrifying.
I love it.
Me too. Teak is the best. I met the voice actor who did Teak, Mark Dodson, at Celebration, and I was so excited. And we hung out like a lot. I was like, "Fucking Teak, you're fucking Teak, man!" It was so good. It was so good. Ugh. Anyway, the Ewoks movies are coming.
Yes, please. Thank you.
And the Ewoks animated series. If you missed that, oh, baby, that's a spicy Star Wars. Ooh.
I also missed that. So yeah, looking forward
Ooh,
to it.
that's a spicy Star Wars. Oh, that's a cartoon.
That's great. I mean, up to this point, we've seen Disney Plus kind of holding back on some of the like previous or extended areas of Star Wars. Will they ever put the holiday special on Disney Plus? Who's to say?
Come on.
If you're doing the Ewok movies at this point, you have
Let it out of jail.
I
It's
feel
part
like
of the
Ewok
history.
movies were in the same jail as the holiday special.
It's part of the history, you know? Look at these good 2D clone troopers.
Yeah, I'm into this.
And I mean, the other thing about these Gendy Tartakovsky shorts is like almost no one speaks. They're just like these cool, quiet, interesting little 2-minute stories set during the Clone Wars. And they're so good. Oh man, there's a clip of they got a clip of my favorite one on here. It's just called Mace Windu Does Some Shit. It's just called Mace Windu Does Some Shit. If you know that episode, you know that episode. Oh, baby, Mace Windu does some shit.
We can't just sit and watch.
We
these
can't just sit
episodes,
and watch
Anthony.
these, but we could show like maybe a few seconds of Mace Windu doing some shit. What's Mace Windu gonna do? That's too many robots.
Some shit.
He better do some shit. Yeah, this was during the same era when Gendy Tartakovsky was doing Samurai Jack. So these definitely have a very Samurai Jack feel to them. Look at him. Mace Windu.
They're getting force wrecked.
You'd think you couldn't throw him out a window so easy. You'd think that would be harder to do. I don't know.
Who's to say?
I don't know.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I agree. Somebody said if you're opening one jail cell, you got to open the others. Like,
Yeah, you got to set all the prisoners free.
Right. So, at that point. But something else that I have found very, very interesting, MoviePass has been teasing a comeback.
So
It would appear they put up a vague teaser. Like a vague timer, rather, that says 4 days and 23 hours. The movie is about to start. Streaming service?
No, they don't have the money. They don't have any way to compete. They were bankrupt.
Yeah.
They don't have any. If they were trying to start it, the hubris of them if they were trying to do that. I want to know if we're 100% sure that this is actually MoviePass, because it's not MoviePass.com. It's up at MoviePass.ventures.
Right.
MoviePass.com, I believe, is still
explaining
the letter from the CEO that's like, sorry, your MoviePass isn't
from
working.
2019.
It's just a slight service disruption, everybody.
This month,
That's
movie
all.
theaters were allowed to reopen in New York and LA at limited capacity. So a lot of people are saying that it's interestingly timed with that.
That's a good desktop. It's organized. It's organized.
You're gonna give these people a heart attack.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I mean, it would be weird for somebody to be faking being MoviePass of all things.
It would be funny.
That'd be pretty funny.
It'd be funny.
Hey, it is 9:08 a.m. here. It should be 9:08 a.m. where you are if time is working properly. Please put an arrow next to your name with the time it is where you are, and let us know if it's you pretending to be Movie Pass. You
could tell. You could tell us.
You little bugger.
If you're pretending to be Movie Pass, you can tell us. We're your friends.
We won't tell. We
won't tell. We're not snitches. That's not what we do. We don't snitch.
But somebody's pretending to do it.
I think that's very interesting. I'm wondering if it's really Movie Pass, and if it is Movie Pass, I'm wondering what they're going to be doing, because I cannot imagine they have even the slightest goodwill with any consumers at this point. What do they think they're going to do?
I don't know. You did Movie Pass, right?
Oh, yeah. Do you remember the first time you showed up to a Movie Pass and you put your little card in the thing to buy a ticket and it was like, no?
Yeah.
And then the next day, you tried to go see a movie again and the app wouldn't even open up. It was showing you that movies weren't playing that day.
Yeah, it would always do that. You couldn't book anything in advance. And then all of these other people were like, hey, actually, that's a kind of cool model. And like AMC did their Stubbs A-list thing that was actually very good.
Yeah.
That is something I will definitely get again when the world reopens safely.
I had Alamo Victory right before they shut everything down.
Right.
Alamo Victory was the same thing. It's you can only make a reservation for that day. Can't be anything super special or fancy. But go see a movie every day.
Yeah.
And I fucking will.
Yeah, right?
I fucking will.
I was seeing like a movie a week for a while there, which is a lot for me. And it was great. You could book them in advance. Even when like big releases, when like the Star Wars movies came out, I was able to, on my AMC Movie Pass thing, go in advance and buy tickets like that. Yeah,
the AMC Stubbs or whatever it's called. That's like the
yeah, it was the Stubbs A-list.
Stubbs A-list, whatever.
It's very good.
It's really good, and I actually, now that I live in this area, don't worry about triangulation. I'm much closer to an AMC than I am to the Alamo, so I might do the AMC one because we have a very good AMC right near. So we have a few.
Yeah.
So I don't know. God, movies. God, can you imagine when we start going back to movies?
Right.
It's not as soon as they'd like us to go back to movies.
No, they would actually tell you could go back to movies right now.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
In Los Angeles, they're like, go see a movie.
Go to a movie.
No, thank you, sir.
Won't be going to the movies right now.
Absolutely not.
Hopefully soon.
But when we do, we'll be going with that new Movie Pass, moviepass.ventures. The timer runs out 4 days and 23 hours from now. We will all look and see what the Movie Pass venture is together, and I hope it's a big fucking gag.
From Movie Pass or from someone else?
From someone else. I hope it's just a
big middle finger.
I hope it's a big goof.
It's just a big middle finger.
Because if it's actually Movie Pass, hey, Movie Pass, go jump in a fucking well. Just live in a well, you bog goblin. You bog bing ding 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 bog ding ding bog goblin. Hey, Pride Month. Pride Month is coming up in June.
Yep.
It's a big deal.
Yep.
And a lot of companies are announcing what they're going to be doing for Pride Month.
Absolutely.
Marvel is, of course, among them. We've been seeing Marvel and DC have both been releasing a lot of Pride Month variant covers. Marvel's been talking a lot about their Pride Month anthology that's coming out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool big stuff that's coming out. One of the things that Marvel just announced yesterday is an LGBT Captain America. Kinda. Now,
by headline, I was very excited. I was absolutely hyped by it. And then I saw it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm disappointed.
So this is part of a limited series that's called The United States of Captain America. It's going to be a 6-issue miniseries. Every issue devoted to somebody who has been Captain America in the past. Of course, Steve Rogers is the most famous Captain America, but at one point Bucky was Captain America.
Right.
At one point, what's his name, who's U.S. agent now, was Captain America. So
yes.
there have been a few Captain Americas, and this one is an entirely new Captain America. Yeah, he does look like a Leonard Kenny skin. He looks like
Stuart. what's his name? Not Stuart.
Stuart. That's what he says.
What's
yeah.
his name? Rolled.
Rolled.
He looks a little like Rolled. I have a few things. One, he doesn't have any of Captain America's abilities. And the fact that if you're going to give us an LGBTQIA plus Captain America, it would be cool if you actually let him be a superhero.
I mean, yeah, you'd hope, number one, you'd let him be a superhero, and number two, it would be more than a one-shot. Like, maybe they're hoping that this is a character that they can come back to, but
they also, like, look.
Does Captain America, does a gay Captain America have to look like this just because you said he was gay?
Here's something I would like to zoom in on.
Did you have to?
Like, they gave him a nose ring. And the overalls. And I'm just like, look. This is one way you could have done it.
Like the cuffed jeans and the pose and
it just
like
feels
the
so
neckerchief.
Pandery and so like,
Now, this is going to be written by Aaron Trujillo, who wrote Dodge City. An excellent writer. And then the art is going to be by Jan Bazaldua.
Did they not give us a queer writer?
Who's from X-Force? I don't know whether Aaron Trujillo is or not.
The statement that's with this says Aaron is inspired by heroes of the queer community, activists, leaders, and everyday folks pushing for a better life.
Okay.
Not a member of the queer community. I can't confirm that. I don't know that Aaron is not a member of the LGBTQ community.
The writer's name is Aaron, and the character's name is also Aaron. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if there's a little self-insertion there, maybe. But it's an interesting take. The character's name is Aaron Fisher, and he is the self-proclaimed Captain America of the railways. He has made it his mission to protect runaways and the homeless. So there's also like this weird thing.
What's the writer's name?
Aaron Trujillo.
Okay. There is
Aaron is transgender.
Okay. The writer is?
Yeah.
Then I feel comfortable that you will have the ability to speak to the LGBTQI experience. At least that's great.
Yeah, I just listen. That gives me some. There's some interesting stuff to it, and there's also some weirder stuff to it.
It's a thing that I find a lot. It's a thing that I find that happens in Women's History Month. It's a thing that happens in Black History Month. It's a thing that happens in Pride Month. Companies pander to the demographics. There's a lot of those like memes that go around where it's like, all right, who are we pandering to this month? And it's like, it's horrific, and we should be doing things that are actually celebratory. And a lot of the time, these big, massive, billion-dollar corporations, a lot of the time feels like they are making moves just to make news about it, as opposed to actually showing any kind of support for the LGBTQIA community or for women or,
Yeah, it sounds less queerbaity than a lot of things that'll happen during Pride Month, but still a little bit more than I'd like.
Yeah.
But, I don't speak for the LGBTQ community in any way.
Right.
I don't, it just feels to me like, I don't know.
It's a strange move.
It's interesting. And we'll see. Sometimes characters like this get announced, and you're a little like, and then you read the story, and you're like, oh, turns out this is one of my new favorite characters.
I hope it's great.
So
also, give us gay heroes that actually have powers and abilities, please. Give us lead characters that can be the recognizable names in comics as well.
And not just Iceman. You can't just say Iceman.
I'm just saying
you got to keep going. There's got to be more.
The likelihood of every superhero that you can name being straight is absolutely impossible. Absolutely not. Okay? That's just statistically untrue. They can't all be straight white people.
No.
You couldn't even get every host on this show to be straight. At least one of us had to be on there. So come on.
Come on. Come
Silly.
on. Hey, I'm excited for that Cowboy Bebop. You know that live action series? You know that Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, I'm skeptical.
Okay, that's fair. You're fair to be. It's fair to be skeptical. Netflix, of course, did give us the Death Note movie, so you can always be a little skeptical of Netflix.
Live action adaptations of anime will always be concerning to me.
Of course,
Until someone does it very well, which has not happened yet.
it is, as we've discussed before,
American Cowboy
a
Bebop.
big tradition in Japan. Every big anime gets a live action movie or a live action series. It's just a thing that happens over there. It doesn't happen over here so much, but we are very excited. Netflix seems to be throwing a lot of money and a lot of talent at Cowboy Bebop, and we do now know that despite COVID and poor John Cho injuring himself during some fight choreography, they are done shooting. This is Daniela Pineda, who is playing Faye Valentine, and she posted on her Instagram that they are done shooting in her See You Space Cowboy shirt.
How exciting.
How exciting.
I hope it's very good. I'm not expecting it to be bad. I am just I'm just holding from getting excited.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm excited for it. And hopefully it'll be good.
I'd like to acknowledge G Soto saying there is a gay couple that exists in comics does not go against what we are saying.
Yeah, Wicked
we are
and
not
Hulkling.
saying there aren't gay people in comics. We're saying there should be more.
Yeah.
One is not enough. It is not the representation that people deserve. That's like saying there is a black superhero. That's not enough.
Yeah. And I do want to say that Wicked and Hulkling are specifically LGBT because Anthony Oliveira got hired at Marvel and really fought for that.
Right.
Really fought for that because that's what happens when you hire an LGBT writer. And hopefully we'll see more and more. We need some more.
Right.
That's all we're saying. So yeah, they were done filming in New Zealand, and it's got John Cho, Daniela Pineda as Faye Valentine. John Cho is of course playing Spike Spiegel. Mustafa Shakir is playing Jet, which I think is so good. Alex Hassel is Vicious, and then Elena Satine as Julia, who I'm not familiar with. I'm not familiar with who's playing Julia, but hyper excited for Cowboy Bebop.
There's a lot of interesting adaptations coming.
Yeah, including Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, okay.
Old Zacky S, we call him.
Oh, Snacky Z.
Old Snacky Zacky Z, we call him. Old Snick Z. Old bing 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 bing.
Look, if 4 hours and 2 minutes of the Justice League just isn't enough for you, you will also get a making of documentary that will be debuting with the film on HBO Max. Because more hours of Justice League. If watching the first movie wasn't enough, then watching the 4 hours and 2 minutes of the second version of the movie still somehow is not enough of the Justice League for you. You also have the documentary.
Gail Simone said she liked it.
Which, like,
Gail Simone said
I
she liked
trust
the
Gail
4-hour
Simone
version.
implicitly.
She said it was good.
Look, I trust Gail Simone.
Can I tell you, I'm more interested in this documentary than I am in the film. I love a documentary about a weird film.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
how did this weird film get made?
Anthony's a real bonus features on the DVD guy.
Oh God! So one of my favorite things to watch. I watch it once a year. I watch Burden of Dreams. I don't watch Fitzcarraldo. Burden of Dreams is the documentary about the making of a movie called Fitzcarraldo,
Okay.
and it's fucking wild. It is. Werner Herzog decided to make a movie about a missionary in South America that builds a boat and takes a boat on a ride down an impossible river that a boat can't get down.
Okay.
And Werner Herzog decides, in his infinite wisdom, every shot will be practical and actual. They will build the actual boat. They will actually, when water runs out, they will hire actual people native to that South American country to push the boat up the fucking hill and get it into the river. Everything he decided to do, and they're shooting in the jungle, and he won't let anybody sleep outside of the jungle. Like, they're sleeping in tents, and they're filming this movie, and his main character, the actor playing his main character, they get into a fist fight.
This is why this is why I'm no longer identifying as an actor.
It's so good.
I will not.
Fitzcarraldo is a perfectly fine movie. Burden of Dreams fucking owns. I love watching documentaries about just insane people trying to do insane things. And I can't wait to watch little Snacky Zacky's fucking documentary. His own Burden of Dreams. His burden of edgelord wet dreams.
His Batman wet dreams. Look, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch I don't want to watch any of it. And we're going to have to watch all of it. I literally have it planned for Thursday because we've got to do a show on Friday. What are we going to talk about? We're going to have to talk about all 4 hours and 2 minutes of the Justice League. We'll watch it so you don't have to. Fucking Justice. Oh, Lost Souls is so good. You're right. Flannel Fries is mentioning Lost Souls about the making of the island of Dr. Moreau. That's a crazy one, too. Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando, neither one would leave their trailer until the other one did. Both of them decided they would be the last one on set. I just can't condone this self-indulgent behavior. No, people in Hollywood are horrific. But I can condone watching a documentary about it. Right. It's The Man on the Moon. It's Andy and Me. Oh, or Me and Andy. Oh, God. And, yeah, Jim Carrey deciding he's a method actor all of a sudden and ruining everyone's life on the set of Man on the Moon. Yeah. Damn, that's great. I do enjoy those documentaries very much. I do hate method actors and directors that believe abusing their cast is what makes them an artist. Somewhere, Sigourney Weaver is in a tank of cold water holding her breath because James Cameron is a crazy person. Hey, abusing your actors does not make you an artist. It makes you an asshole. Man. God, I can't wait to watch this documentary. That's my whole day now. Because it's 4 hours of Justice League. Yeah. And then I'm gonna take a quick break to go to the eye wash bath. It's for chemical burns and Zack Snyder movies. And then I'm gonna head back. You have to go get a snack too. A little snack. A little snacky zacky. We're going to have to watch it all. We'll report back, I promise. Speaking of big movies and big anime movies, Demon Slayer. Very excited for this. Demon Slayer is a great anime. Yeah. And I'm mid Demon Slayer watch right now. It's so good. For the first time. I'm enjoying it very much. The Demon Slayer movie is coming to the US in April. There will be a subbed version and a dubbed version in theaters. Very good. I think this is a G Kids release. They usually do that where they'll do subbed and dubbed. Very exciting. It is a huge film in Japan right now. How do we feel about a movie coming to theaters in April? I feel like it will also, oh no. What? Oh no. It's just in theaters. It's just in theaters until June. Yeah. But double oh no. They're releasing it in 4DX. I can't believe I'm going to miss Demon Slayer in 4DX. Have y'all ever done 4DX? 4DX is amazing. 4DX is you sit in the middle of a regular theater. Usually it's an IMAX if the movie's available in IMAX. You sit in the middle of a regular theater, and there's one little section in the middle of the theater of special moving chairs. That does sound like a drug. It's so cool. And it's so hilarious because the entire theater isn't in moving chairs, just your little section. So you gotta stay quiet. You can't be like, woo! Wait, the whole theater doesn't do it? No, it's just you in the middle, and the other people can see you moving in your little chair. If you turn the chairs all the way up to 5, you're moving. Hold on. Explain to me how all of the chairs don't do it.
They build one section of chairs in the center of a regular theater.
Uh-huh.
That section of chairs is sold for a higher price than the rest of the tickets. And those chairs are motion activated and they move like the movie is a ride.
So you're just watching people have more fun than you because they paid a little more?
Yeah, and it's usually me. And I usually do it only for bad films. I do it for real fun films. What have I seen in 4DX? I think the first movie I ever saw in 4DX was Speed Racer. Holy shit, Speed Racer in 4DX. I saw Valerian in 4DX. That was dope as hell. I saw 2 of the Fast movies in 4DX. That's the way to see a Fast movie. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. And then if you go to some special theaters, I think the LA Live Theater doesn't just have moving chairs. They have smoke, light, and bubble effects.
And you can't have any of it if you don't pay for it.
Well, you can have the smoke, light, and bubble effects because you're all in the theater.
Bubbles, you get arrested. It's stealing. It's stealing.
The bubbles are only for the middle. The smoke only go in the tiny area.
Like plexiglass.
Yeah.
Laughing so hard at everyone else in the theater, just watching the fucking experience, trying to watch the movie,
and you're like, "Whoa, put your hands up!"
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's so good. Can I tell you, it was funny going and doing it for Valerian because like we were the only people in Valerian, so there was nobody watching us have fun. But it's really good. I love 4DX. If you have a chance to do 4DX, there's usually only like one theater in your city or in your area that has it. It's unfortunate, but like you should go do 4DX. And then the other one that LA Live has, I forget what it's called, that does like smoke and lights and stuff during a movie. That's real fun too.
That's so funny.
It's so
and that's
good.
like the first thing I'm gonna do when the world reopens now. It's top of my list.
Yeah, I won't be seeing Demon Slayer in 4DX, unfortunately.
No, that's too soon, unfortunately.
I will be waiting until June 22nd when the movie comes out on digital platforms, as you all should.
Don't go to the movies yet.
But it's really funny that like because of the lack of Hollywood releases, Demon Slayer gets to come out on IMAX and 4DX. Like usually that's reserved for like the biggest releases of the week. Like that's so wild.
Yeah, I do find that really interesting.
Speaking of Demon Slayer and how well it's doing, Demon Slayer is about to, it looks like it's creeping on the Japanese box office all-time record. Highest grossing movie of all time in Japan. The previous movie was Spirited Away, of course.
Right, of course.
The Ghibli Miyazaki classic, Spirited Away. Now, Your Name came close, but it didn't get there. I think Your Name had the longest theatrical run in Japan, and I think it might have been higher grossing worldwide.
I love Your Name.
But the box office record is still Spirited Away. And so somebody decided to ask Hayao Miyazaki how he felt about that.
Not in an organized interview.
No, because he doesn't do those. He's retired.
Right.
They caught him while he was in his neighborhood volunteering to pick up trash, which is something he does every week. It's a big deal in Japan. If you go to Japan, you're walking through a neighborhood, you will often see elderly people in little vests picking up trash. It's that's what they do.
After they retire a lot of the time.
Yeah, they keep their neighborhoods clean. So here's the interview that this reporter had with Hayao Miyazaki. Oh, that's a very good zoom, computer. There we go. Question: box office sales for Demon Slayer are approaching that of Spirited Away. What's your view on that? Well, I don't think that has anything to do with me. It's better if people don't concern themselves with things like box office records and concentrate on making their workplaces harmonious instead. It's fine as long as you work hard on what you're making.
Have you watched Demon Slayer?
Oh, no, I haven't. I rarely watch things. I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies. I'm a retired old man picking up trash.
Some fans will be upset if Spirited Away doesn't retain its historic #1 spot.
Yeah, that sort of thing isn't worth worrying about. There's always inflation in the world. Right now, I have to pick up trash.
the interview goes on for the most
Yeah.
part.
So you're currently working on How Do You Live? He's consulting on this movie with
Yes,
Toho.
of course.
Is it going well? I'm doing it. I'm doing it while retired. You should direct any questions about that to Toho because I don't know anything about it. I have to go around and pick up trash. So that's the interview. That's the interview.
That's what he calls an interview. The fact that every answer was, I don't know, please don't worry about it. I need to go pick up trash.
Yeah. If I don't pick up the trash won't get picked up. And then there'll be trash.
So I need to go pick up trash.
He's 79 years old.
I have decided, however, that whenever anyone gives me a hard time for not having seen something, I'm going to answer with, I'm a retired old man picking up trash. I don't watch TV. Next time someone gives me a hard time for not having watched a movie, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm a retired old man picking up trash.
Sorry. Have you taken your PlayStation out of its box yet?
Oh, no, but I have to pick up trash.
You
So-
haven't have you played Miles Morales?
Oh, no, I don't concern myself with that. I'm a retired old man picking up trash.
Okay, but so you haven't tried Astro's Playroom? You haven't played that?
Well, the trash needs to be picked up. It works.
I love it.
It works.
I love it.
I'm into it.
Miyazaki famously has been involved in community cleanup projects his entire life, which is where he gets a lot of his ideas for things like river spirits and like little sprites that like clean things up behind you. It's like, no, there should always be somebody keeping the community clean. It's like a big thing for him.
I love him so much.
I love it.
It's a great story.
It's a great story.
But also, guys, leave him alone.
Leave him alone. Hey,
Leave him alone and let him pick up his trash.
he gave us many beautiful things, and now he gets to retire.
Let him retire.
Let him retire.
He deserves whatever makes him happy, and right now it's picking up trash.
He's not Hideaki Anno, okay? He doesn't care what you think about him. He's not driven by your hatred.
No,
all
not
right?
at all. Nor your love.
Nor your love.
Unaffected. Made movies, loves movies, loved what he did. All done now. Loves picking up trash now.
Let him pick up the trash.
Hey, Anthony?
Yeah.
I think Mars is hiding something.
I'm sorry, what?
I think that
Yeah.
Mars might be keeping something from us.
Mars the planet?
Yeah, the whole planet.
Now, I would say that that's a weird way to put something, except that that's exactly how the Verge Science put it. Mars is hiding most of its old water underground. Hiding. The planet is choosing to hide something. Excuse me, Mars?
Yes.
Can I have some water, please?
Oh, I don't have it.
You don't have any water?
don't have it anymore.
Wait, Mars, where are you going?
It's giggling under the surface
It
of the
goes-
planet
it
where
goes
it keeps all
underground.
of its water.
Mars, where do you have the no oh
So dry.
so dry. So dry here.
No water.
Oh, did you bring water?
I hope you brought water. It's so dry.
It's so
here.
dry. I hope you brought some water. Because I could use some. I'm very thirsty.
I couldn't possibly be inhabited by humans.
They're not even looking.
Told them we didn't have
They're barely even. I told them too. I said we don't have any water.
They didn't even dig.
Oh no, I'm just an old planet. I'm an old dry planet picking up trash.
No water. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Look, I love what you've done with Earth. It's very cool. You couldn't do that here because there's no water.
There's no water. Oh, I would love for humans to live here, but you simply can't.
They believed me. They fucking bought it. They fucking bought it.
I can't believe they're buying what? They didn't bring a shovel?
They bring water or a shovel.
That's so stupid. Oh, I wish we could be best friends and you could live here. I wish you could bring Elon Musk here. And crypto.
Oh, but no water.
No water, sorry.
It's a secret. They're hiding it. They hoarded all of the water and they put it underground for when they saw the people coming to colonize.
What's funny is like this is actually a very major study. There have been a lot of theories about Mars water, and this study kind of like connects them all together in a way that's like, oh, all of these all these competing theories actually make sense. They could all work together by saying that like Martian water was probably buried under its surface instead of escaping into space like billions of years ago. But just like the idea of like anthropomorphizing Mars in a headline. It's hiding it. Mars, if you're hiding water, you're not hiding water.
If you have water, you have to tell us. No, I don't have any.
Mars, you don't have any water?
Oh, look around. Where do you see water?
Mars, you're not lying to me, are you?
I don't. Just under the surface. There's so much fucking water down here.
This is, Saige, can I tell you, this is definitely one of those things that is like cracking us up. And I don't think anybody thinks it's funny except us. I genuinely don't think anybody thinks it's amusing except us. We were dying laughing when we saw this headline.
We've been laughing about this for like 14 hours.
The idea of like a little...
I swear to God, you know, it's, if you have water, you have to tell us.
Why would I hide water from you? Where would I put it? It's so dry everywhere. Look, whole planet surface.
Feels like, but like science says, you maybe should have some water.
I know, but we used it up.
Oh,
it all went away.
Hey, what are you doing down there?
Oh, checking, but nothing.
I think that's where we got out of the show. I think that's it for news today. Look, I love you all very much. And thank you for letting us do this.
I'm sorry about the last hour and a half. But particularly the last 5 minutes. We want to give a shout out to everybody who supported us during the show. As you know, you've heard this from us a million times. This may sound like Mars, but it's true. Pixel Circus have no money.
No money.
This isn't lie.
Yeah, no.
We're not ducking under the table. And, like,
we're not
counting
hiding any money. We're broke.
We Saige just quit her job. That's exciting. We are just a community of friends who do this channel on our own for funsies, and we make a lot of quality programming where we pretend to be various planets.
And all of the money that you donate goes towards the literal functional running of this channel. You know, things like subscriptions we have to pay for and art and stuff, or paying the people that you see on camera a little something for their time.
Yeah, so we really appreciate everybody who supported us, whether that's monetarily or just from a follow or a clip or sharing on social today. So we just want to go through and shout out some of the people that have done that during the show. Leon Freitas.
Thank you for that follow.
Owl by Night. Hey, what's up, Owl by Night?
Hey, friend, thank you for subbing for 6 months in advance.
6 months in advance. Dang. Cassie Weaver with the 500 bits. Money. Spelled Kingdom Hearts style.
Money.
Bobby Waffles. Scott Davis. Cassidy Weaver with the Pride Month. Oh, Pride Month with a Y. Kitty Pride Month. With Pride Month? Kitty Pride Month. Huh? 2420 from 54 Aqua Snakes saying corgis.
Which put us at 69.69.
Woo! Getting Mo done. Gifting those subs.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Spooky Deadman Esquire donated $5. Kinda Steven resubscribed. Subhype. Keep up the great work, guys. Thank you, Kinda Steven.
Thank you.
Ezek 92. Sith in Training 683. Formulas 666. Spooky Apostate. Thank you all so much for your support. We really appreciate it.
You're all very good beans.
The best beans, the best little pickles.
You deserve for Corgi to show beans to you.
Yeah.
You deserve to see Corgi beans.
We hope that all the corgis show you all the beans forever. That's what we hope. We got a lot of other programming on this channel. Speaking of this channel, Friday night we've got Failed Save. Saige and I are both on that. That's a live play D&D show.
As well as this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And this afternoon,
What?
This afternoon is Dogwoods and Dust
Oh,
Bowls.
what?
That is our cowboy western themed D&D game led by the lovely Rachel Seeley. It has been so much fun. This is their second episode today, and it's phenomenal. It's very good. It's a 4-part series, so don't miss it. That will be live at 3:30 p.m. Pacific, if I remember correctly. Check it out. Follow for updates on the socials. Join the Discord. Our Discord community is so lovely. You can submit stories that you want to hear us talk about on It's Too Early in the It's Too Early channel.
We also put episodes of It's Too Early Now. Full episodes go up on YouTube same day as well as here in the VOD. So if you'd like to watch it in the afternoon, if you'd like to watch it on YouTube, if you'd like to share the YouTube with your friends who are mostly YouTube people, hey, fucking do that.
Do that.
Hey,
You can.
we love it.
And on Patreon, you get a bonus clip from It's Too Early every week. And this week, I think it's our Justice League review,
There's gonna be so much Justice League on Friday, and I'm so sorry in advance.
So look out for that. We'll have to watch the whole thing for you, so you don't have to.
You can find me on the internet everywhere at Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I am at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me.
And you can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I'm live on my channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I'm here on this channel all the time. I'm around. Tomorrow I'll be on Harry Horror Show and Smosh Games sometimes.
Okay, you little pickles. You beautiful little BBs.
You have a good rest of your day. Thank you for starting your morning with us. Take care, sweet beans.
Bye.
Bye, friends.